Hey, welcome back. The team over at the Fedora have released a new beta release. And from right here on the website, you can see that their latest release is version 39. But up here on the right upper corner, there's a link that says Fedora Linux 40 beta released. So we'll go ahead and click on that link and see. It says announcing Fedora Linux 40 beta. The Fedora project is pleased to announce the immediate availability of Fedora Linux 40 beta, the next step towards our planned Fedora Linux 40 release at the end of April. Get the pre-release of any of our editions from our project website, and it has some links for the beta here that you can find to download. All right, so I've downloaded the 40 beta. I got it up in a virtual machine, so let's head on over there and let's get it installed. And here on the virtual machine, I have Fedora 40 loaded up. The ISO is loaded up. I have not installed it yet, so we're going to go through the installation together. This live media can be used to install Fedora or as a temporary system. Installation can be started anytime using the install icon in activities. So this will be the icon right here that it's talking about. And this is it. So let's go ahead and install Fedora. Okay, and it's opened up the, I believe this is called the Anaconda installer. And our language right now is selected as English. So we'll go ahead and click on continue. And it says, this is unstable pre-release software. Notice this is pre-release software that is intended for development and testing purposes only. Do not use this software for any critical work or production environments. By clicking I want to proceed, you understand and accept the risks associated with pre-release software, that you intend to use this for testing and development purposes only and are willing to report any bugs or issues in order to enhance this work. If you do not understand or accept the risk, then please exit this program by selecting I want to exit, which will reboot your system. And I'll click on I want to proceed. And from this menu right here, I can see that we have a warning on the install destination. So for some reason, you just have to click it and make it blue. And the storage configuration, I'll leave on automatic and click on done. And that should square it away. And it is. And I can see that my time and date is set to America, Los Angeles. So that's good. So let's begin the installation. And the installation has begun. So this usually takes 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll go ahead and pause the video now. And when we come back, we should be ready to take a look at Fedora 40 beta release. And the installation is now completed. So we're going to go ahead and click on finish installation so we can reboot into Fedora 40 beta pre-release. Okay, we are now rebooted and we are greeted by a setup screen. And it says, welcome to Fedora Linux 40. Setup will guide you through making an account and enabling some features. We'll have you up and running in no time. So I have to start setup and location services. I'll shut that off and I'll shut off problem reporting. Click on next, third-party repositories. I'll go ahead and enable third-party repositories and click on next. And about me and my user info. And then I'll give it a strong and complicated password. And it says all done. Fedora Linux is ready to be used. We hope that you love it. Start using Fedora Linux. All right, so that was the second part of the setup where you set up your user info and things like that, your password. All right, and now we're hit by a welcome tour screen. So we'll go ahead and go through that real quick. And it says, click on take tour. And it says start the tour. Learn about the key features of Fedora Linux 40 Workstation Edition pre-released. And get an overview. Press the super key to see open windows and apps. So the super key would be the Windows key. Let me go ahead and kick that. And you can see it opens up this section right here. All right, I'm going to click on next. Just type the search. So let me just type. And then keep on top with workspaces. Easily organize windows with the workspaces view. And the workspaces view, I believe, is going to be on the side. Yeah, it's this right here. So if I click over here, it takes me to this workplace. And then clicking back on it puts me on the original workspace. And then up, down for the overview on the touchpad. Use 3-finger vertical swipes. Try it. Well, I don't have a touchpad, so I can't test that out. Same thing with this. And that's it. Have a nice day. Get more advice and tips, see the help app. All right. And pretty much the help app is going to be on the dock. This right here is the activities button. Typically it would say activities, but now it's just this icon right here. So if you click on it, you can see right here. So I'm not even sure the help button is on here. It used to be on here, but I don't think it's there anymore. So this is your launch pad right here. And this is basically where all your applications live. And this is pretty much all that's installed on here. We have contacts, camera, weather, clocks, maps, Fedora Media Writer, LibreOffice, videos, calculator, document scanner, LibreOffice Impress, settings, system monitor, boxes, terminal, utilities, which has more apps inside of it, LibreOffice Writer, and there's the help, rhythm box, and the tour. So the utilities, we have a disk usage analyzer, connections, disks, document viewer, image viewer, characters, problem reporting, logs, and fonts. And that's pretty much your system right here. Everything that comes installed with it is pretty much right here in a nutshell. All right, so let's take a look at these pinned applications on the dock so we can go through them one by one. So the first one's going to be text editor, which is just a regular text editor. I think it's gedit to be actually. So, want to edit some text right here, you could just edit some text. Want to use it to write code, you can use it to write code. Just a basic text editor. And about text editor, usually it would be gedit, but this is just text editor. The known project, 46.rc. And I'll go ahead and discard. Go back over here, and then we have our software center. And this is going to be the GNOME Software Center. And we have an icon right here that tells us that we have updates that are waiting to be installed. What we'll go ahead and do is install these updates and then pause the video while it's doing that. And then we'll come back and check it out. Okay, we've done a software update and it has rebooted the system. So we are back. So let's get back to the software manager. And here we are in the software manager, and let's just take a look at the about real quick to get some basic info. And it is software, the GNOME project 46.0. And like I stated before, we just did a update on it, so everything should be up to date. And you have a button right here that says installed, and basically it'll show you all of your installed applications, which out of the box isn't much, so it's quite a few things there to look at. And then you have the Explorer. So in the Explorer, we'll go ahead and do a search. See if we can find a simple program like htop or neofetch. And for the mean part, it doesn't look like there's anything on here. We'll go ahead and do another search through the terminal in a sec. But right now, we just want to go through the software center, see what we can find. Let's see, we do have Audacity. Let's try to install that. Just click on the install button and it should go through the installation process. And while it's doing that, we'll go ahead and get back to our activities. And so right now we are looking at software. We already saw the text editor. Now let's take a look at files. And it should be just simply named files. And this is the, all right, so files, the GNOME project 46.0. And I'm curious, let me see what this properties tab does. It just pretty much shows you the properties on your home folder. Gives you your permissions, things like that. All right. Just something I've never come across before, so it's my first time looking at it, though. All right, and that is your file manager. Let's get back to our activities, and we'll take a look at our calendar. And on the personal, we'll just leave it on personal, and then we can just click on add. And now we have an event set up here for happy birthday. And we can set it up to, and it is calendar, the GNOME project 46.0. So everything's going to be for the GNOME project 46.0. All right, looks like Audacity is finished installing, but then let me go ahead and close the software program. And then we'll open that up in a sec. But first, let's take a look at Firefox. And I believe Firefox is on version 123, but it's been a couple weeks since I've done a overview, so let's see if that's still the case. Oh no, now it's 124, and that's how fast things change. All right, so we'll get back to the Launchpad and we'll take a look at Audacity. Please contact the developer if you want to report the issue. All right, we'll go ahead and close the reporting center. We'll click on continue, and do not show this message again on startup. So it got a message that it had crashed, but it still opened up. So, and it is Audacity 3.3.3. All right, then you have your file options, edit, select, view, transport, tracks, generate, effects, analyze, tools, and your help menu. So Audacity is pretty much your audio editor. You can do a million things with it. All right, so we got a weird error saying that something had went wrong, but it still opened up. So let's open up a terminal, and let's see, Fedora-based systems. I think they use DNF. So we'll do a sudo DNF install htop. Well, we might have to update first. So let's try that first. And during when we first booted up, we did enable the third-party repository. So hopefully it will find htop and neofetch. But we'll check that in just a sec. Right now, we're just doing a simple update for the repositories. All right, nothing to do. So let's see if we can find htop. And we did. I guess the reason why you can't find it in the Software Center, because the Software Center is more of a overall software store. And I don't think it uses the same repositories, or you have to get into it and set up the repositories manually for it to find these other apps. But let's see if we can find neofetch too. And it did, so we'll go ahead and install neofetch. All right, so now we'll take a look at htop first, and we can see right here, we are using 1 gigabyte out of 2 gigabytes. The load averages are 0.75, 1.08, and 0.60. And you can get a view of all your processes that are running. All right, and that is htop. Go ahead and close that. We'll clear the screen. And now let's take a look at neofetch. And you can see right here, it says Fedora Linux 40 Workstation Edition pre-release. And the kernel is using a 6.8.4, so it is the latest kernel. And you get your other info right here also. All right, so it's pretty much Fedora 40 in a nutshell. So you got your installed applications, your desktop environment, software manager, the programs you got to use. Pretty basic system, and pretty much has everything that you need to get started and open up a terminal, install extra stuff, and then you can set it up any way you want. All right, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video now. So this was just a quick look at Fedora Workstation 40, which is a beta release. Again, this is a beta release. Do not install this on bare metal. Wait for the official release. And always test everything in a virtual machine before you go bare metal with it. I get a lot of questions regarding these overviews that I do. And I have to explain to everybody that I'm just doing an overview on it. I'm not a developer of these systems. I'm not a maintainer of these systems. All I'm doing is an overview of the system. All right. So, but anyways, this was just a quick overview of Fedora 40 Workstation. And it is a beta release, a pre-release beta, okay? So be warned about that before you try to install it. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for this video. And I'm out.